Hey guys, Julia here from The Art of Creating, and today I have a fun video for you making some Pokemon themed cards. I hope you have a go at them yourself because they were so fun to make. They were so cute and I just could not resist. I have always liked Pokemon back when I was growing up. I used to watch a lot of Pokemon and it was something that I just grew up with, and now that it's the thing these days as well with the new Pokemon Go coming out, so I thought I would make some cards, and they were just so fun to make, and Pokemon just so cute that I couldn't resist. So all I've done was I have printed out some images on the paper. I didn't use plain copy paper. I did use thicker. I think this is 140 GSM paper. So I have just put it through my printer and I have cut out the images by hand. And what I'm doing is basically piecing together some elements on the card. So I've started with one horizontal type card. So I have cut out a few circles with my die cutting machine and I have pieced together a pokeball. Basically all I've done was I have cut out some circles with black cardstock and white and red cardstock as well in different sizes, and basically cut it and pieced together a pokeball, going by the images on Google that I found, or just from memory if you know what it looks like. And it was pretty easy to do. I have put some elements on pop dots to make it look a little bit dimensional. I have put a bit of grassy green washi tape as a bit of a base to anchor the Pokeball, and put the greeting on top of it using also the pop dots, and then a couple of images that I have cut out from the paper that I have printed on. Basically, the greeting I have cut out using my Silhouette Cameo, and I have just googled a font, the Pokemon font, and I have cut out the letters using yellow cardstock. And then in the Silhouette Cameo, I have gone and just done exactly the same thing but offset, which makes it a bit of a border, and printed that in blue, which made the whole thing a little bit thicker and wider. And I have put the yellow greeting on top of the blue, and it became pretty much a shadow on my greeting. That's why it looks like there's a blue border around the happy birthday. I have layered then the elements together on the page, and my card was complete. It was pretty fun, pretty quick, and pretty easy to make. You can make these in batches pretty quickly. You can make a one-off card. Basically, it's just something really fun to make, just for you to enjoy making, for that someone special, for kids, that sort of thing. It's just really, really fun to make. And if you are from the older days, and I'm not that old, but I remember Pokemon back when they were a popular thing in the 90s. So you probably enjoy making it if you remember those from the older days as well. Now I'm working on a second card. I have cut out happy birthday greeting in a slightly different format. So happy and birthday are on top of each other as opposed to a horizontal sentiment. So I'm trying to work out how to layer it on my card. I felt like I needed something behind it to anchor it and to give it a bit more interest. So I'm looking for a bit of a border, and I can't decide whether I want to have a black border or a red border or both, or in what combination. I ended up just using a red border behind the block that I have the greeting on, and then have the black border as the whole card border, as I did with the previous card. And then afterwards I fuss around with how I want my placement as well. I really didn't know what I wanted to do with this particular card. The first card came together quite easily, a lot easier than the second card. But I do like how both of them have turned out. So I wanted to find a balance, and I did like how the Pokemon was on top with Happy Birthday in the middle and the Pokeball at the bottom. But in the end, I ended up having the Pokemon and the Pokeball up the top and the greeting below it. I do like both ways, but that's just the way I ended up having it. So this one wasn't quite as dimensional as the first one, but this one I did have Pokeball a little bit more special than the first one. This one I have created a little bit like one of those DIY badges or flares, like a lot of scrapbookers like to do these days, the homemade DIY ones. And at the end of the video, I will actually show you how I have made this one. So you can see how it is dimensional. So I have laid them on the card, and I have added dimension to them so that they don't look too flat on the page. And then I have basically glued the whole thing together. The black border I find adds a nice touch to the white card. It just makes it look finished. So here it is. My card is ready, and that's pretty much it for the two cards. I'm just trimming off some white edges that were sticking out, and now I am going to show you how I have made the little Pokeball. Basically, all I have done is also cut out a few circles like I did with the big one, just in a smaller scale. So I have had leftovers from the first one that I have made. I have had leftovers of the red and white halves of the circles that I have cut out, and I have glued them on top of the black circle. This creates a bit of a border that you can see in the actual Pokeball from the pictures, and I have cut out smaller circles to make the centerpiece. Because I don't have the suitable sizes of the smaller circles, I have taken a small punch and punched out a small circle from white cardstock, glued it on top of the black cardstock, and by hand cut out a little border around it. Then I have glued the whole thing on top of the Pokeball, and that's pretty much what it will be. The final touch is to grab one of those 1-inch circle bubble caps or epoxy stickers, whatever you want to call them. That's what you usually use for DIY flares or badges, whatever people call them these days. And you just put it on top of it, and there you go, your own little Pokeball that you can use on cards, any other projects that you want, even as little gifts. That's it. Stay tuned for close-ups, and don't forget to subscribe and give me a like if you like this video. Thanks for watching. Bye.